What up, y'all? Welcome back to Murdered While Melanated. And today we will be talking about none other than Jimmy Wopo, hailing out of Pittsburgh, PA, my home. Yeah, Wopo was gunned down several years back, you get what I'm saying, in his place where he lived, called the Hill District, Pittsburgh, PA, sitting in a truck with his homeboy. 2 shots and everything disappeared. And he had just signed to go link up with Wiz Khalifa, Pittsburgh's own as well, to get it popping. And all that was taken away in 1 or 2 shots. Let's go.
Jimmy Wopo was one of the hottest rappers coming out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, before he was tragically murdered in 2018. With features from major artists like Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller, and Ray Shremmerd, it seemed like Jimmy was in a good position to take over the rap game. But before the music, Wopo and his crew, the 1100 gang, were running the streets of Pittsburgh and got involved in a violent beef that cost the rapper his life. Here's a closer look at the rise of Jimmy Wopo and the 1100 gang, the demons of Pittsburgh. Jimmy Wopo grew up in the Hill District of Pittsburgh in an area called The Lane. He grew up in the projects with his mother, 2 older brothers, a younger sister, and brother. Growing up, none of their fathers were around, and so Wopo started making moves in the streets from an early age. He admits that even though the area he grew up in was rough, he made a choice to be in the streets, and he accepted whatever came with that.
A drive-by shooting on Wiley Avenue in the Hill District claimed the life of 21-year-old Trayvon Smart, known on the Hill and in the rapping community as Jimmy Wopo.
Jimmy Wopo had quite a following and was known beyond the Pittsburgh rap scene. But his career all ended yesterday when he was shot multiple times in the Hill District.
2 bullet holes pierced the driver's side window of this white Mazda SUV. Famous Pittsburgh musicians like Wiz Khalifa and Mac Miller quickly posted on social media offering their condolences to the friends and family of Jimmy Wopo.
This is a huge loss for the city, as I said before, but seeing the amount of people that showed up shows that how much support, shows the support system that he had, and just shows how much he meant to the community as well as the whole city.
On the same day that XXXTentacion passed away, another young rapper suffered the same fate. Trayvon Smart, popularly known as Jimmy Wopo, a 21-year-old rap artist, was shot along with a friend by a drive-by shooter in the city of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Rapper Jimmy Wopo, the 21-year-old, gunned down in the Hill District last night.
June 18th, 2018. A very excited Jimmy Wopo was engaged in various activities in the Hill District neighborhood of Pittsburgh, the place
I don't think on a national level, I don't really think people know about the street life in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, people be saying that Pittsburgh ain't on shit like that and all that. Nigga, it's just not enough people. You know, all these motherfuckers is overpopulated. You feel me? They got an advantage, and our shit's still cracking. Pittsburgh still be up there with the murder rate, and not to say I'm glorifying that shit or nothing, but Pittsburgh still be up there, and we don't got as much people as motherfuckers Chicago and New York and Cali. Them motherfuckers got millions of motherfuckers. We only got 300,000 population. Our shit done got tore down, rebuilt. A lot of motherfuckers don't stay here and shit. This shit washed up. Well, this shit weak. There don't never be nothing to do and shit here. It's weak as hell, and this shit still be cracking.
Right.
So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because
it's whatever. It's popping everywhere in my eyes.
Right.
I feel like you can get killed anywhere you go, dog. If that's what the fuck niggas want to hear, you know what I'm saying? If that's what it's about, really, I think that's corny that niggas be like, oh, that city ain't really on that, and man, it ain't about being on that and all that shit. But I mean, everywhere niggas is cracking heads. Trust me.
Yeah.
But yeah, niggas is cracking heads here like crazy. Niggas is doing time. Niggas, all that shit. Same shit that go on everywhere else. That shit going in Pittsburgh. And we got Super Balls and shit. We weak as hell, but we always want underdog shit, but don't slouch it. You feel me? It's weak as hell, but don't slouch it. Niggas don't just come here and do anything.
Yeah. I think a lot of people are sleep on the Pittsburgh lifestyle because, you got artists like Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa. They don't really promote, what's really going on in Pittsburgh.
Them niggas ain't the heart of Pittsburgh. Them niggas is outskirts and shit. Wiz is from Hazelwood. That's pretty a rough part of town. That's Pittsburgh. But that's one artist. Atlanta and all them is blowing. They blowing all these other artists. So it's like you gonna get different sections. Like you gonna get to see all of that. You only get to see one part of Pittsburgh when he blow. You feel me? And he ain't even show his part because that ain't really his lane. He ain't no. He don't do it. Man, he do it for his niggas and his team, his peoples and shit like that. Like I don't know him personally. I know him. I know Wiz plowed him up, been around him. I don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who he do it for. But as I can, like what I see for, like he don't be like, man, he don't be, around that part all crazy and shit like that. Like how Gotti and them niggas be in they city like that. It ain't like that. Like with Wiz and shit. He don't be in the city.
Crazy day, man. Crazy day, man. Crazy day. Man, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to start, man. I'm gonna start with Jimmy Wopo first. And what's so crazy about today is originally a SoundCloud rapper. We all know XXX, he wasn't a street guy, you know what I mean? And Jimmy Wopo was a street guy, you know what I'm saying? Like the best of both worlds, man. Jimmy Wopo was a real street guy. I went to Pittsburgh one time. I flew out to Pittsburgh and did his very first interview. Really respectable guy, really with the street shit. I mean, I go to his projects. I forgot the name of his hood, but Jimmy Wopo was definitely living that shit. You know what I'm saying? He rapped about it, he talked about it, he lived it. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's something that you definitely. I mean, you don't expect him to die, but it's just like damn, you know what I'm saying? But I flew to Pittsburgh and I did his very first interview. Real respectable dude, man. He brought the hood out. And it's just crazy, man. Like, in XXX, he dies in Deerfield, Broward County. It's just crazy how both of these dudes, two different lifestyles. Now we all know XXX wasn't perfect, you know what I'm saying? A lot of cases that was pending.
As the day got older, Jimmy decided to head to the recording studio that afternoon to work on some new music, as he had just gotten a new record deal with the local musical heavyweight, Wiz Khalifa, which he was ecstatic about. After much effort in the studio working on perfecting his craft, he left and headed over to a family member's house. There was nothing extraordinary about his day. Nothing stood out from normal, and Jimmy went about his day as he would any other day. His manager, Taylor Maglin, would later confirm that Wopo had been working on new music in the studio in the Strip District neighborhood of Pittsburgh for days. And so he was likely on his way to or from a music video shoot when he was shot and lost his life. His untimely passing cut short what was shaping up to be a promising career in the music industry. To show just how excited he was about being so close to realizing his dream, just about 15 minutes before he was shot, Jimmy had been on a phone conversation with his attorney, and he had been talking excitedly about a tour and record deal that could have encapsulated his career to the global music stage.
Attorney Owen Seaman, he says the rapper called him 15 minutes before he was shot. He says Wopo was thrilled about a tour and a record deal.
While this call was going on, at about 4:05 p.m., his attorney, Owen Seaman, did not realize that he would be the last known person to ever hear Jimmy Wopo speak. Neither of them had any idea that at that very moment, Wopo was being watched and stalked. What was supposed to be a simple commute within the neighborhood with a friend turned out to be the setting for Jimmy's last moments. Around 4:20 p.m., when Jimmy Wopo was driving a white Mazda SUV with another man, identified as 22-year-old Anthony Porterfield, they would be ambushed in a drive-by shooting, and Jimmy would be shot with no chance of defending himself. Local news sources confirmed that the shooting occurred around 4:20 p.m. on the 800 block of Wiley Avenue, specifically at the intersection of Wiley Avenue and Chauncey Drive in the Middle Hill neighborhood of Pittsburgh.
Up-and-coming Pittsburgh rapper Jimmy Wopo was just 21 years old. He was shot in a drive-by shooting right here on Wiley Avenue between Chauncey and Duff Streets, which is right where I'm standing. It happened sometime late yesterday afternoon.
A witness who had happened to be on the street when the tragedy occurred was interviewed by the police. The witness anonymously testified that the two were indeed followed before the shooting occurred.
Now, detectives were here just a short time ago canvassing this neighborhood, talking to possible witnesses, going door to door. We did talk to one person who lives on this street, and he didn't want to go on camera, but he told us that the two men who were shot were being followed by another vehicle. The other vehicle was directly behind the white Mazda. The vehicle pulled alongside, 2 shots were fired, and then that second vehicle sped off.
The witness saw another car tailing them before overtaking and opening fire. Jimmy Wopo had been riding in the passenger seat of the car when the other vehicle pulled up alongside and opened fire on the 2 unsuspecting men.
2 male victims, both transported to the hospital, 1 in critical and 1 is in stable. At this time, an investigation is underway. It was an isolated incident, an apparent drive-by.
Alongside Jimmy, the driver of the car, Anthony Porterfield, also sustained gunshot wounds. Both men had been shot multiple times and severely injured before help could get to them. Anthony Porterfield survived the shooting and was treated for his injuries, but Jimmy did not. Both he and Jimmy Wopo were taken to UPMC Presbyterian Hospital, where Wopo was pronounced deceased at 5:56 p.m. Overall, the morning of Jimmy Wopo in Pittsburgh was a reflection of the impact he had on the city's music scene and the deep connection he had with his fans. His memory lives on through his music and the love he inspired in others. He only had 21 years, yet in just 3 years, he rose to the position of Street Poet Laureate of Pittsburgh.
So there you have it, man. Murdered while melanated. The story of none other than Jimmy Wopo, Pittsburgh's own, that y'all heard was gunned down the same day as rap artist XXXTentacion. Crazy situation, right? So yes, man, Jimmy Wopo, Mac Miller, Wiz Khalifa, the heavyweights of Pittsburgh, as well as the fallen Teflon, Trilzy, Wopo, and things like that. That would have been great artists right now if they were alive. So Murdered While Melanated, the channel where we cover melanated people murdered by melanated people. Like, comment, subscribe for daily uploads. Thank you.